worship unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakha Kodash.
Double honors to the elders, to the apostles, to the millstone, and salutations to the Ashkim, shows the testimony of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai in truth and in sincerity. So, go ahead and open up what you have.
The book of Jeremiah 28, verse 8. Matter of fact, verse 7. Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears.
Y'all can still close it too.
Jeremiah 28 and 7. Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears, and in the ears of all the people. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
War, evil, and pestilence are here and upon the horizon. Yahweh Shai spoke of it then as the beginning of sorrows. We get that with that Matthew 25th chapter, or 26th chapter?
Yeah, 24.
25th? Yeah. Matthew 24? Okay, yeah. Matthew chapter 24, let's get that 24 and 8. All right, so we're in the midst of these times, we're in the midst of these prophecies. Okay, of course, if you want to talk about wars, we can talk about what's taking place in Iran, what's taking place in the land of Israel, what's taking place in Yemen, what's taking place in Lebanon, which in essence is the valley of Jehoshaphat, what's taking place in Iraq. Alright? That indeed, biblically speaking, I'm assuming Joel, the second chapter, if I'm not mistaken, alright, is the valley of Jehoshaphat, which in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shabbat, which means the valley is Yahweh's judgment. Decision. All right, and his decision and his proclamation is to gather all the nations to the Levant region. All right, where there he will plead, the term plead, going into Shabbat in the Hebrew, meaning judge. There he will judge the nations for the sake of the nation of Israel. All right, and the nation of Israel is the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And of course, those who are scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, the seed of Jacob. All right, and particularly the elect of the nation, the Lord is going to bring forth this kingdom. All right, but in order for this kingdom to be brought forth, the kingdom that's currently in rulership has to cease. All right, we go to Second Ezra, the 6th chapter, the 7th verse. Because right now we're in the kingdom of Esau, Edom. All right, pursuant to prophecy of Genesis, the 25th chapter, we say Esau will receive the fatness of the earth. Because that term fatness goes into oil or abundance. Right, so they're the ones who are inhabiting the chief places of the planet. They are in the rulership of the earth, the Edomites. All right.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, and verse 7. They answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall it be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follows?
When should be the end of this current rulership, this society? And the beginning of the society to come, which is the kingdom of God, all right, which is the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Yasharallah, all right, led under the Messiah himself, Yahweh Shai. All right, go ahead.
Verse 8, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, and when Jacob and Esau were born.
So when you go into the birth of Jacob and Esau, their grandfather was Abraham. Abraham had a man by the name of Isaac, and Isaac had twins by the name of Jacob and Esau. All right, Esau is the progenitor of the Edomite race, the Edomites. Jacob is the progenitor or the father of the Israelite race, which indeed, as we elaborated before, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. All right.
It reads,
the Edomites would good. The Edomites would be what you call today the self-proclaimed white race. And no, it's not about your skin color. All right, it has nothing to do with skin color. We continue to elaborate this, just like they'll tell you, oh, you guys are black Hebrew Israelites. That's offensive. You're lying. No, we're not. But see, they like to play with words because they play with any skin color on the spectrum. But in general speaking, the self-proclaimed white race, those are the Edomites. Those people who wear little small hats on their head and proclaim to be Ish people, those are Amalekites. Those are descendants of Esau. All right, in general speaking. Go ahead.
This is verse 8 again, 2nd Ezra 6, verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Right, so at the birth, at the conception, Jacob's hand, when these two babies were being born, Esau came out first. Esau was the elder brother of Jacob, right? And Esau was the twin brother of Jacob. Now, when Esau came out first, Jacob obviously came out second. But when Jacob came out second in the birth, he was clinging to the heel of his elder brother Esau. And that was a symbolic gesture of Esau was to rule. And then following the succession of Esau's rulership, the Israelites, which that was the land under Yahweh and King David, right? Which indeed those are the descendants of Israelites. The Messiah, the prophets, King David, all these people were descendants of Israelite. They descended from Jacob. All right. So when it says Jacob came out first, or part of Esau came out first, that was a representation of the nation of Esau ruling first. All right. When Jacob came second, that's a representation of the nation of Israel ruling after Esau. Go ahead. Go ahead.
God, this book of Ecclesiastes, just to let me go to the priest. Ecclesiastes 7 verse 8. It says, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit.
Right. And who's proud? Esau Edom. And he's the example of lack of patience. Esau Edom is the chief example of somebody who doesn't have temperance. That's how he lost the birthright. Lacking patience, not having any type of discipline. And that's how he rules this world. He rules this world in the spirit of lacking patience. What did our beautiful president Trump say? He said, you know, he got game, sport game in like 2 hours, so you can tell he was under his little window. Like, he don't have no type of patience. He has no type of patience. He's like, go ahead, bum.
Yeah.
Go ahead and kill him. It's like, dude, can you just have a little patience? Nope, I'm Esau. That's what he said. He didn't actually say that, but he's fulfilling that. He's the seed of Esau, and Esau inherently, by nature, he doesn't have patience.
Hey, if I can say too, going back to Genesis 27th chapter, where it talks about the pottage, he couldn't wait for it to get done.
Exactly. That's how he lost his birthright. Because it was like the food wasn't even cooked yet. It was partial, so he wasn't done. Instead, blood was food. And Esau, he was like so famished. Esau was like, oh, I'm so hungry. But he was like, dude, you wasn't even that hungry, bro. He wasn't that hungry. But he didn't have patience. And so Jacob was like, you know what? It was probably damn near a joke.
Yeah, it's fucking around.
Yeah, give me a birthright, bro. Yeah, Esau, bro. All right, sure. Jacob,
Right.
going to party. We should do that. I see you be grateful for that one. Well, it's all through prophecy.
Yep.
Esau was never the one that was supposed to rule forever.
Right. He's had to manifest.
He had to manifest.
Look at it right now. He wasn't ruled forever. Everybody be dead, even himself.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
What should we say?
Yeah, no flesh will be saved if Esau either rule forever. Because he's just a terrible human being. You know? I mean, he is. And then look at these people. You got the East League files coming out. These people just continue walking around these Starbucks. Like, dude, y'all are not mad. These people should be in an uproar. But it's like, y'all wicked. You know? All that madness over eating babies. Come on, man. He's the bad guy of the movie. He's obviously the bad guy. Go ahead, bro.
This is Romans chapter 9, verse 11. It says, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High, according to election, might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. And that's going to tell on the story of Jacob and Esau. That it was already written in the heavens that the Lord was going to place Jacob on Esau, man. But Esau had to fulfill out his blessing. That's what we can say right now. His blessings come to an end.
Okay. And back in the book of 2 Kings, chapter 6, and I read verse 8 again. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
Right, so Jacob is the successor of Esau. He's the successor of dominion and rulership on the earth. Is it talking about the individual Jacob? Yeah. But I was not going to that. It's talking about the nation of Israel. Like, now you're right. Somebody said, it's talking about, yeah, you know what, you're right. You're right about that. You know, but it's the house of David. It's the house of David. You know? That's going to be the governing body. Just like every Edomite doesn't call shots in the world now. You got Edomites on like just regular Edomite level, got $100,000 in the bank account. Regular low level Edomite. You got Edomites that are lower than that. You got Edomites that eat McDonald's. You got low level Edomites out here. But then the oligarchs, the ruling class of Edomites, everything, it's always about class. It will always, the class system is proper. You don't have no race shaming, you still gonna have classes, you gonna have tiers. You have the elites of Jacob, the Israelite, you have the aristocratic class, and you have the lower class, and you have classes lower than that. You know, in the kingdom of heaven, you're gonna be kings and priests. But still, you still gonna have a class system where you will have regular Israelites, and then you're gonna have the elect. You know? But they're gonna be on a high level. Those Israelites gonna be telling y'all what to do. Go ahead. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Go back to Revelation. Oh yeah, Jeremiah.
It's the book of Jeremiah. The book of Jeremiah 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied of both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
And that's what's taking place right before your eyes. War, evil, all this, the Eastern value. That's not evil to y'all. That's probably a definition of evil. That's a good example of what evil is. That's more evil than anything you even imagine. A lot of y'all people brain need to go and think something.
Right.
You know? The average person brain won't even go that far to even think of something that's satanic. What those people are doing on that island. And what they do on that's just one island. You know, might do that shit. The Eastern, I think they might have been doing that. What do you think they were doing us in slavery, bro?
I was
Right.
thinking about that.
Bro, the stuff is not recorded. That they haven't been held accountable for. That's why we like, yeah, you go into slavery. Why we gotta go to slavery? Why you put us in slavery? Why you eating babies? Why you doing all this wickedness? Why you bumming people to smithereens? It's yeah, you do have to go to slavery. It's prophetic. Like, look what you're doing on the earth.
Right.
It's a consequence. Why would you think God is unjust like you?
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, verse 9, the prophet which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord hath truly sent him.
It's to be honest, it's being known that the true prophets of Yahweh shall come from the earth. Because a lot of these prophecies have come to pass. And they're coming to pass. They're apparent, such as the mark of the beast, the chirography. It's apparent that prophecy indeed is about to come to pass. The digital system. Alright? It's apparent that prophecy is about to take place. But you still have those of a frugal mind, you know, slow of heart, they can't see it. IUIC. Can't see that, can't see the name. Just walking through life with la la. You know, go ahead.
That's the book of Amos chapter 3 and verse 7. Surely the Lord will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret to his servants, the prophets.
So if his name is a secret, then we're not saying it's not a secret. But if it's a secret, it should be revealed to the servants of the prophets. But these guys say they're the prophets, but they say they don't know the name.
It's the book of Amos chapter 3 verse 7. Surely the Lord will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret.
He's not going to reveal it to some guy on the corner, you know, that's just not, it's this person over here, this person over here. When he's dealing with the prophets, he always dealt with the prophets. This Bible, you see, book of Amos, this book, that book. Who are these people? Why don't we remember? Why are we reading what these people say if nobody knows what the fuck the mother guys are talking about? That's because these are the prophets. The prophet's words stood the test of time.
It's Matthew 24 and 8. It says, all these, Matthew 24, verse, it says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, it says, Matthew 24 and 3, it says, and as he sat upon Mount Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach.
The anointed, you got people claiming or acting as if they're going to be the ones to save all people. All the kings, Elijah Muhammad, America. These are examples of people that stood instead of that prophet that was going to come in my name. Some of them actually said they were the Messiah. America literally stood up and he stood up in front of the crowd and said he's the Messiah. And the cheers was like lackadaisical. They was like, I don't know if I take that to the bank.
Right.
Well, did you say Elijah Muhammad was the Messiah? No, we have multiple messiahs with several heads and multiple arms. Yeah, but you idol. Go ahead.
It says, and shall deceive many. And
A lot have been deceived, bro. Back in what was that, 1995? Million Man First? Some brothers old enough to remember that.
Oh yeah, I remember
I
that.
know you remember that. I've seen films on that. I've seen cameras. Man, we had over a million men come to Washington, D.C., black man, come to Washington, D.C. to listen to that talk. Like he was on some level.
I remember back then when that shit happened way back then. I thought to myself, what's the point of all this? Like, what you gonna accomplish with all this?
Talking about go back to your community as black man. You gonna tell them repent?
Right.
You gonna tell them the name?
Right.
You gonna tell them this place gonna be destroyed?
Right.
And he went and lived lavishly after that. He went and traveled. He did his Farrakhan tour. He went all through Africa. He went through the great steeps. Over kicking with Muslim Turks. They're getting all type of gifts. Going to South Africa, Nigeria. Like he was on some level.
Yeah.
See? But what's the fruit of it?
Right.
Got all type of gold, riches over there. We talking about very good
That's what supported.
Alone, he got several $1 million.
Yeah.
I mean, he was giving them all type of gold. You know what I'm saying? Now you get what's the fruit? You got cameras and
Still.
Your little magazine.
Yeah, but George was there. Damn, bro. Stacey Athens. Understand? But look, why you wearing, since y'all are coming back to being original people, why you wearing suits? Why you wearing suits?
Yeah, like why is that your attire?
Why
Like
is that's your uniform.
it's your uniform. Yeah, that's your dress code.
Hey, you can't be a nation of Islam wearing a jungle kid. Walk around, breakers or basic apparel. And you have a grill on your face. They'll tell you that's evil. That was influenced by the heathen. So the heathen put that in the Bible. I've heard them say that shit. I'm not lying on y'all. Charles Williams say that I heard a nigga next to over 27 years, probably 30 now. Now I said, what y'all? Cut shit y'all beard. Nigga hit me with that shit quick as hell. I was like, hey, that shit quick.
Right.
Heathen corporation. I was like, no.
Hell, it don't make sense. That don't make no sense. Why would the Lord have you grow it?
Yeah, like why does the Lord have it? So look, Moses, because
Aaron's beard.
Aaron's beard, that's a cut. That's a cut. When David sent his dignitaries to the kingdom of Ammon to comfort the new king of Ammon after his father had died, and they mistreated them and they shaved off their beard. And what did David say when they came back? He said, "Go to the city of so and so until your beard returns, and then come back and talk to them." So see that, yeah. It's easy to cut you when you got the scripture.
Right.
Y'all just talking out y'all ass, so it's hard to like deal.
Right.
Like we got the scripture, so that's
They just make it sound good with semantics.
yeah. You just make it sound good with semantics and ad libs. Man, it's not. Hey, everybody getting crunk and getting them ad libs in the
Right.
crowd.
Over again, G.
Yeah, they got a fan base. Because our people are simple.
Simple.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, they go to jail, and that's when they get their protection from Muslims. They can come in those other Orthodox Muslims. That's why a lot of people become Muslim in jail because that's when they get protection.
Yeah.
You know, protection really should come from your house by shooting a shot. Go ahead, bro.
Back in Matthew 24, verse 6, it says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation."
We see that taking place right now. Nation rising against nation, kingdom against kingdom. All right, east versus west. You have what? China on one side, China, Iran, Russia. You have on the other side, you have, as it is now, America, NATO. But NATO's about to fracture. NATO's already on one leg. On the balancing game. And NATO's about to fracture. Like the drunken monk on one leg. That's NATO. You see?
Well, I just want to say, well, right now what we're seeing is that America's causing NATO hurt. They're causing NATO great hurt. A lot of places in NATO, they're not getting fuel because of what's happening in the closure of the Strait. And who do you think they blaming for that? And then they got this guy, and Trump, as the brother said, we love you, Trump.
Yeah, beautiful
You know what I'm saying? You keep doing what you're doing. He's been talking shit about the other nations, talking about we don't need NATO, we don't need this, we don't need that. So what do you think that's about to come to? As the brother was saying, NATO's about to fracture. It's already fractured.
And Iran just showed that they have missile technology that can reach the major European capitals, including Paris, including Berlin, including Athens. So you think they're just gonna keep playing this American game? Their capitals are at risk of getting touched down on by Iranian missiles. See, this is why the Bible says the beast shall hate the Lord. This is why European nations are gonna turn on America, man. Because our beautiful, beloved president, Donald Trump. Go ahead.
It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences.
Yeah, and with the lack of fuel, that's going to lead to famine.
Right, yeah.
When you talking about produce, how you get the produce from here to there. And if you can get it from here to there, if it takes this much to get the fuel, guess what's going to happen? Inflation. Oh, we can't pay for it. Lack of commodities. And that causes strife.
That's right.
You see? When we see all this playing out right before our eyes, be a prophecy. Be a prophecy. Go ahead.
It says in pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
Yeah, how the tractors going to tend to the fields if the farmer can't pay for the diesel?
Right.
The diesel's too expensive, so how are these fields going to be tended to? Go ahead.
So, this book of 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 22. Go in, like you said, like, for the tractors trying to supply to distribution centers and to the rest of the stores, other stores.
Both tractors, yeah, those tractors too. Yep. Go ahead.
It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
Full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Man. Well, if the storehouse is empty, guess what? That's a problem. Logistically, that's a nightmare. Yes, I'm saying that.
Oh, no, not really, but I mean, since
I ain't know that. I just feel like a brother might have something to say.
hey, but hey, but see, just going into what he was saying about the storehouses, people don't understand how much oil, the lack of oil, thereof affect. What else comes out of the Strait of Hormuz? Fertilizer. 90% of the world's fertilizer comes out of the Strait of Hormuz. All right. So if that's not getting shipped in, the farmers are already struggling. If you go into the farmers' almanac, they're predicting all this stuff that's supposed to be happening over the summer. None of that's happening because they don't have the fertilizer to fertilize their crops. Not to mention, they're already being taxed up the ass by the federal government. You see what I'm saying? A lot of farmers, the farmer suicide rate is up like crazy right now.
That's under your president, Donald Trump.
Yeah. You know? And then when you talk about shipping, what about the packaging? Polymers come from oil.
Yeah.
Polymers are a form of oil. So when you think about styrofoam, plastic that wraps your stuff in, right? You're thinking about the treatment that stops the produce from molding
A
and
lot of the
rotting.
bases they use is polymer based. It's oil based. How they encapsulate things. A lot of that stuff is oil based.
Like 90% of everything that we use comes through oil. Through oil, and that's been castrated. And Iran, they not gonna stop, bro. They not gonna stop.
They can't stop. What they gonna like? You just kill a big dog, and then it's like if we stop, then what? What benefit does Iran have from stopping right now? Nothing. There's no benefit for them to stop, especially when they got the Edomites on the back foot. Basically, the Edomites on the back foot. Oh, we're gonna send 10,000. We're gonna send. Let me try. I want you to go try to invade out. I want to see how that works out. I really want to see how that works out for you to go to try to invade Iran. There's a reason why it's Iran. There's a reason why that country has not been able to be conquered. You understand? There's a reason why. Geographically, that's a nightmare. Logistically, that's a nightmare. And what you gonna do? You gonna go through Iraq? That's extremely hostile territory. And the technology they have now, even now with the missiles and the drones, how you gonna even hold anything? As soon as you hit them damn shores, your ass is gonna be lit the fuck up. They'll wait for you, we're gonna do this, and then they get all their logistics on the shore, everything, consolidating shit. Like, come on, let's move. Bam, 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 bam! You know, chop you up. Go ahead.
It says, all these are the beginning of sorrow. Says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted.
And this is going to lead to the persecution of the elect, the prophets. All right? Because our testimony is against this world. Look all these people out for their crime. They don't like it. You know? They don't like it. Like it's a criminal, like, hold on, we gotta shoot them up. And it's like, I mean, I get it, but it's not gonna stop prophecy. It's not gonna stop prophecy. Y'all already spent trillions of dollars to try to keep this in a bundle, and it hasn't worked. So even if you try to come and kill us, if us stand on this street, if this took place, guess what's going to take
Right.
Your house shot's going to turn. Right. So what you gonna do? You gonna try to come and have a conversation with your house shot? You gonna try to bring him the door out? No, he's gonna kill you. Go ahead. You got something, brother?
Nah, you
Go ahead.
It says, it shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
Yeah, all nations will be hated. Why? Because the slander campaign of Esau Edom. All right, these Edomites are going to go on a rapid slander campaign against us. They're going to make us look like we were just the worst human beings ever. Meanwhile, they're eating children.
Right.
I'm talking about how they tested. But we're the bad guy. No, you're the bad guy. When the heavens is on our side. Get on Revelation, the 3rd chapter. Read the 2nd chapter or the 3rd chapter. 10th verse or the 9th verse.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 3. And I'll start at verse 9. Behold, out of
Go to verse 2. I'm chapter 2.
Revelation 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
The devil should cast some of you into prison.
Right, right. Let me show y'all my trick.
Yeah. Still was good. Go to your read from the top.
Revelation 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer.
So Yahweh Shah telling us not to fear these things. Apostle already said, hey, some of them gonna die, prepare for death.
Right.
It is what it is.
Yes, sir. Ooh,
It's just a straight game.
it is.
We already too far down the barrel. Like you can't turn back and be like, oh, you gonna die.
Right.
You ain't gonna have like you ain't gonna live.
Right.
That's what you do. You gotta endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shah. You gotta bear crawl all the way to the end. Go ahead.
For that comfort. With that being said, it's the book of Psalms 116 and verse 15. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints.
Facts. What's precious in the eyes of the Lord, and he's not gonna kill all of us. Some of us are gonna die. All of us are gonna be tested from one manner to the other. It's not gonna be a cakewalk, by no means. It's not gonna be a cakewalk. We will be tested. And that our temptation will test us all. But we have the resolve, we have the blood of Yahweh Shah, we can do it, we can overcome. We can overcome all things through Yahweh Shah that's strong. Go ahead.
Back in Revelation 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
Some of us will be cast in prison. All of us ain't gonna be cast in prison. Some of us gonna be cast in prison. We don't know which one of us is gonna be cast in prison. We don't know which one of us is gonna die as martyrs from Yahweh Shah. But we know that we're gonna endure. Because Yahweh Shah is within us. You know? Everybody just got their life. That's just what it is. You know? But look, we worthy of death regardless. We already dead to this world regardless.
1 Corinthians 10 and 13. There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may able to bear it. So going into that hour, man, everybody's gonna have their own temptation that the Lord's gonna put on you, that you can be able to pass it. That's the like the Lord is put into a prison. The Lord got me. Scripture say how the Lord directs our steps.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is just push through. Wait till the Lord intervenes. Remember the scriptures of old. Remember the stories of our forefathers, how they got through those times.
I was gonna say too, like you gotta keep in mind that if it says he's not gonna put more upon you than you can bear, you gotta be in the mindset I can deal with this.
Right.
I can get through this. The Lord, he said that he ain't gonna put more on me than I can bear. So I can get through this. You know?
already expected God to things.
Exactly.
And divine intervention is a real thing.
Right.
The resurrection from the dead is a real thing. We believe that. So we believe we're looking for spiritual powers. We're looking for divine intervention. We're looking for the resurrection of the dead. We're looking for these things. So it's never too dark for us. There's always a way to escape. There's always a way to escape. Some of us will be faced with death eye to eye, but a second away from divine intervention will change the laws of physics. You know? We will recalibrate science. Go ahead, bro.
This is laying back on what you were saying as far as some may be in the prison, some may be in the field. It's the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 40. O my people, hear my word, make you ready for the battle. And in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. Right? If I may, just go into it, some may be inside the concentration camps, and fighting, and some may be in the field, right? Fighting for food, being guided to the next place, right? Move the book of Eli always comes to mind for me, And it said, be as pilgrims upon the earth, right? Known as a constant mover. Like I said, that movie, the book of Eli, because he's a constant mover, right? And also go to the pilgrims in etymology, person that's seeking damn, I gotta put it. But
Let's get that.
Because it really hits real heavy. Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 40. O my people, right? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Natives. Hear my word, make you ready to the battle. Right? We come to a time where society's going to collapse. The training wheel's going to come off the bike. The wisdom and knowledge you understand should be a stability. Right? So whatever you have is what you got to have at this battle. Right? As far as not taking MOTVs, that's really about the last thing we got to endure through.
You pass the test. Pass the test. Of course, your house shines all the time. The thing about it, MOTV is instituted. Your house shines return will be very, very close. It's already close now.
Yeah.
But when the actual market beast is made mandatory throughout the earth, the house shines return is at
Right. A lot of Israelite other accounts don't mention that's gonna be in the midst of Jacob's trouble.
We'll have to go through Jacob's trouble. If you heard what I said, you calling people names is not going to change the fact you said that lie.
Exactly.
And then you lying again, saying you didn't lie, saying you didn't say that. You obviously said that.
Right.
The receipts never lie.
It's like it's recorded. The Bishop Nathaniel, they questioned him. He went out to the islands, being cute. We had a panel. They questioned him. They said, so what about Daniel?
Yeah, Daniel chapter 12. He quoted it. He going into it better than him.
He don't really scramble. I'll get that from me, brother. He tried to belittle
Right.
He trying to say that the Lakers not going to be going to Jacob trouble. Then you fast forward a couple years later. I didn't say that. Now Mora calling people names and shit.
If I may say, that is like the time of Moses. He said, I'd rather suffer with my people if I know what's to come. Right. So I'd rather be in the mix-up because I'm going to get the loot.
Exactly. So the elect are going to have to. In James the 12th chapter, it says that they're going to be saved out of it, right? The elect are going to be in the midst of Jacob's trouble, but the Lord is going to give us a way to escape. The Lord is going to deliver us, right? Ultimately, God shall
It says 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 40. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle, and in those evils, right, those bad times, be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
This is the word pilgrim. It says a person travels to a holy place as a penance or to discharge some vow or religious obligation.
And that's our religious obligation in Jacob's trouble. The holy place that we travel to Jerusalem. Now we'll be taken up into Jerusalem, but that's the path to Jerusalem. That's the wilderness. That's the path to Jerusalem.
The book of 2 Corinthians 5, verse 7, to line back. Where we walk by faith and not by sight.
Right, so by sight you thinking, oh, how y'all gonna get to Jerusalem? You in this part of the state of whatever part of America. Or you in the woods somewhere. How you get to Jerusalem across the Atlantic Ocean? Again, we believe in divine intervention.
Right.
We believe in the continuity of Yahshua, which is now being manifest through us being taken up on what the world calls UFOs. Oh yeah, y'all make something crazy. That's who we are. That's our joke. But we believe that the elect are going to be taken up
rather hear aliens.
Yeah, I know it's an alien. But so you know what's in the Bible? Then you got ants talking about no demons. No, you a demon. You got a demon called the angel demon. Y'all no, you are a demon. See, that's how a demon would do though. He'll sit up there in some goddamn office, do the interview, and he's like, what you think about it? Oh, I'm a demon. You a demon. Those are the angels of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And then even if you want to play with the words, like what the term demon goes to what? Like intelligence.
Yeah.
Intelligent spirit, right? But in actuality, they're the angels of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Go ahead.
Back in the book of 2 Corinthians 5 verse 7 again, for we walk by faith, not by sight.
Right, so we walk by faith, not by sight. All right, and our faith is in deliverance. Our faith is that Yahweh shall return to deliver us from all captivities, wherever we are. It doesn't matter. You know, because the elect are throughout the planet Earth. But there's a lot of the non-elect that not going to be delivered. They're going to stay there right where they are. And if they in America, go eat a missile from Iran, right? Oh, Iran, nobody came to the region. Okay. All right. You need a missile from Russia. You need a missile from China. You need a missile from North Korea. You need a missile from Europe. The beast, get that in Revelation 17 and 15. It talks about the beast saying the Lord. The beast is a NATO and EU infrastructure. Oh, I thought the beast was some mystical creature. No, that's because you're stupid. The beast is talking about EU. Or maybe you're just misinformed. Because you got people who think that, but they actually don't turn out to be elect. So they're not stupid. Because they've been deceived. You know? But we're here to uncover the deception. We're here to bring forth light and understanding. If you can receive it, receive it. If you can't receive it, then yeah, if you are stupid. You know? Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is Revelation 17, verse 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes of nations and tongues.
Right, and it's a lot of parabolic verbiage. It says the waters, and they actually broke down this chapter.
Yeah.
They made it kind of easy for you.
Right.
It told you that the waters are people. So it's not talking about, oh, this water is just sweating and soaking on some water. No, that's talking about, the whore is talking about America. The water is talking about the nations of the earth. Go ahead.
It says, in the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore,
Right.
and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
Right, those 10 horns are speaking of the EU nations. Right. They have missile technology. And what they're going to do is, like, oh, what if this country can't reach? Well, from there, have you heard of submarines? That's the thing, you acting stupid. They can put a submarine in the Gulf of America. Yeah. There could be a submarine sitting in the Gulf of America, a step away from Florida, and they can hit them with a mean-ass warhead. You're not thinking. People don't think. Hey, Iran. You think Iran got to be in Iran to hit America with a missile? Iran has submarines. These people don't think. Go ahead.
Says, for the Most High have put in their hearts to fulfill his will.
Right, and his will was for NATO and EU to come together for a time. That's why they gave their kingdom over to the beast, meaning they stopped being individual kingdoms. You didn't have the kingdom of Great Britain, the kingdom of Gaul or the French, the Greece, so on and so forth. They came together to give their power and their influence and their mind to NATO and EU infrastructure. And that time is coming to an end.
Says, and agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled.
Until the words of the Most High be fulfilled. And so when the MOTB is manifest, and these prophecies of war, when they continue to become manifest, famines, that famine can change people's decision making. You know, but the people of the world, they hate America better. They do. They hate them. You know, so when these people, these different generals of these different EU nations, you got a little playboy over Britain or over one of these EU nations, what about their generals? You don't think they could take them out of office and start calling shots? Go ahead.
Verse 18 it says, and the woman which thou sawest is the great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
The woman which thou sawest, so it's not an actual woman. It just said it's a great city. Oh, America not a city. Goodness. And America is a city. That's why you're a citizen of America. Alright? So he's not talking about, oh, this is New York. He's talking about the country, the empire of America. Right? Which DC is what? A city state. DC is not even an actual, DC is actually its own entity. And DC rules America. See? It's like the Vatican. The Vatican isn't actually a part of Italy. But it runs Italy. It calls shots in Italy. So that great city is speaking of America, and you can apply that to DC, which is the capital, the legislative, the political, spiritual capital of America, even though they're their own entity. So that's just typical. That's it on that. You have anything?
Verse 20. But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive them away, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate.
So the northern army is speaking of America. In this context, that's talking about America. And it says shall drive them away barren and desolate. A land barren and desolate. That's talking about Middle East, specifically speaking, Saudi Arabia. Right? Western Saudi Arabia, and Pacific. All right, Arabian Peninsula. That's that land. Go ahead.
With his face toward the east sea.
That army's face would be towards the east sea. Now the east sea is speaking of the Euphrates River and the Persian Gulf. So if the army is in Saudi Arabia and his face is towards the east sea, which the east sea would be the Euphrates River and the Persian Gulf, then what is he facing? He's facing Iran. They're gonna be, because at the end of the day, they're gonna be duking out with Iran until the end. Go ahead.
With his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea.
Right, which his hinder part goes into the back, west. And the west of the Arabian Peninsula is what? The Red Sea. Let's talk about the Red Sea. Go ahead.
And his stink shall come up.
And his stink shall come up. Because you got all type of kamikaze drones. You have Iranian, all type of Persian name missiles. Right? And those people are going to die there. That stink is talking about all those dead bodies. You know? A lot of people about to be drafted. You know, all these soldiers, they about to go over there, they about to die, man. Those soldiers going to die in the Arabia. That's why you had that Marine saying, we don't want to go die. Well, wrong as shit.
Ooh.
There's a spirit put on that Marine was like, look, try to do it a little quick. Ain't working though. You know? So that Marine and them other Marines and all these other people, they gonna take their ass over to Arabia and they're gonna try to duke it out. They're gonna have to face all type of Iranian missiles you even heard of before. And they're gonna decimate it. Then let's not talk about the supply line and logistics. A lot of those soldiers are gonna starve to death in Arabia because it's a supply, it's a logistical nightmare. So they're gonna cut off the supply line. A lot of the soldiers that go into the Levant and Arabia, they're gonna starve to death. They're not gonna have water supply.
They use desalination to get their water in a lot of those places.
They use desalination to get their water. What happened when Iranian missile hit the desalination water?
Exactly.
Now it's a different story, right? See?
It reads, with his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea, and his stink shall come up, and his ill savior shall come up, Because he have done great things.
And he done evil things. That term great is going into evil. Like you can be great and still be wicked. Like you got Alexander the Great.
Right.
Oh, he was great. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Yeah. Donald Trump.
Yeah, Donald Trump. Babylon the Great. Great don't mean you good.
Right.
Great just means
Ooh.
powerful, influential,
Right.
marvelous.
Like
Right.
great city Nineveh.
Yeah, Nineveh was great.
Right.
Nineveh wasn't like, you can't call it
Right.
great. Nah, Nineveh was great.
Right. Atlanta, Miami.
Yeah, it's great. And the stink will come up. Yeah, man. But see, that's gonna be a cheese and sandwich.
Right.
That's gonna be like a barbecue. You know?
A sacrifice.
Yeah, that's gonna be a sacrifice.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a sacrifice in Boston. And grace
Yeah,
love.
it is.
What
What you just said.
That's what that's talking about. That's
That's what
talking
you just
about
said.
when this is it. That's a sacrifice. That's a burnt offering. So you can smell that. That's good. That's not that bad. You got a pine going in there. No, that ain't that bad. It's gonna be a sweet savior. That's not gonna be a bad aroma. It's gonna be delightful.
Damn, bro. That's what
Okay, come on. I'll step down with the burn.
Come on.
So you're gonna continue on. I want to go into this United Nations. United Nations resolution that they had just adopted, and it's let me pull it up here. It's A80L48, and I'm gonna post. I'm about to take the article and I'll put it in chat real quick. My brother can read it for me. You know what I'm saying? Because these devils, you know, they commit crimes, right? And 123 countries voted for the resolution that, and just so you know, it was that the slavery was the biggest atrocity in human history, right? They got 450 to 500 years of straight oppression to this very day. And yet, you had 3 countries that they voted against it. One was Argentina, the other was Argentina, the other was Israel, and the other one was the United States. Well, we already know that, but I do believe you have 52 that abstained from it, right? So I want to get into that. But before that, if a brother could add, grab Romans 12 and 19 for me. Okay? No, not 12 and 19. Zechariah 11 and 5. 11 and 5. All right? Because these people don't want to be responsible for, you know, just laying back in on what, you know, the brother was just speaking about, how they about to pay for all the crimes that they committed, right? So they don't want, I mean, like, it ain't like, you know, the people that are in power are going to say, oh yeah, we did this, and put themselves in cuffs and give up all their substance for all the things they took.
They didn't even want to take accountability at the UN. They were saying slavery was a greatest crime against humanity, and then you had the state of Israel and America vote against it.
And Argentina.
Yeah, them damn devils, bro.
Yeah.
It was Edomites up in that rulership.
And I came across a little bit of history of Argentina. That's basically Edomite nation.
Oh, Temanites. The Germans control Argentina.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. It reads, who possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not.
You see? So that the possessors slay them. They hold themselves not guilty. Who's going to hold them guilty for the crimes that they commit? It's going to be outside. Now, if you go ahead and read that. And I want you to get all my terrible.
All right, it says UN votes to describe slave trade as gravest crime against humanity. It says, all right, it says the United Nations has voted to describe the transatlantic chattel slave trade as the gravest crime against humanity.
Hold up. Chattel. They didn't say slave trade, they said chattel. They threw that in there.
I was surprised that they even said that part.
Yeah, chattel, because that gives it a whole other dimension when you put that word chattel in there. If you could grab the definition of that word chattel for me, chattel slavery, Bible shot, then we're going to get back to that one too.
It says, and call for reparations as a concrete step towards remedying historical wrongs. Says the landmark resolution passed on Wednesday was backed by the African Union and the Caribbean community. It had been proposed by Ghana's president, John Dramani Mahama, who said, let it be recorded that when history beckoned, we did what was right for the memory of millions who suffered the indignity of slavery.
The idea was right now, but what about when they was going through? All right, you continue on.
Says voting in favor were 123 states, while Argentina, Israel, and the U.S. voted against.
Of course you would have those who vote against, right? Now, I want you to get that chattel slavery that you told that.
This is the definition of chattel slavery. It reads, chattel slavery is a system where one person has total ownership of another, treating human beings as personal property. Chattel that can be bought, sold, traded, or inherited for life.
For life. For life. And think of all the things that was happening during that atrocity. You had, just to name a few, you had Derby's dose, when they would take the big burliest man, feed him all type of abominations, and then he'll poop in your mouth. And then they'll put a mask on your mouth so you couldn't spit it out. Okay? They used to cut off the breasts of black women, so-called black women, and use them as pouches. They used to cut women open, or split them in half and let their babies fall to the ground. They had gator babies, buck breaking. They used to beat slaves until their backs opened and then put salt and lime in their wound. You know? I mean, the word motherfucker comes from children. That boys that used to sleep with their mothers to have more babies, they called them pups. I mean, I could continue on.
The Epstein files, basically the Epstein files, bro.
And this had been going on with Jake for hundreds of years.
Yeah. Even one thing, Amon brought out one camp, how they'll cook their food and have the slave underneath, where you just getting like the sizzle of it, just getting on the. It's like torture down there, just fucking with them. You know?
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's horrible. You just laying on your back and you just putting the pot on your back and just cooking. I mean, and these devils don't think that was something that you need to be held guilty for. You are still profiting from slavery to this very day. That money is still circulating. Now continue on the article about the shot.
It says voting in favor were 123 states, while Argentina, Israel, and the U.S. voted against. There were 52 abstentions.
Okay, hold it there. Get the definition of that word abstention. Okay, let me go back to that side.
Abstention?
Abstention.
Abstinence?
Abstinence. Like, don't see the abstinence, but then go back to that.
Okay.
A little bit more chattel slavery. Just finishing off chattel slavery, it reads, enslaved individuals are treated as commodities with no rights, and this status is passed down to their children. Right? Yep. Now, as the brother called for, silence is acquiescence.
Now, hold up. Now, get that definition of abstention first.
It says abstentions occur when a voter or member present at a meeting chooses not to vote yes or no on a motion, often due to conflicts of interest, neutrality, and lack of neutrality and lack of information. They generally do not count towards the vote. So towards the total votes cast, making it easier for a motion to pass with a simple majority.
All right, now go into that silence is acquiescence.
All right, this is the definition of silence is acquiescence. It reads, is a legal and social principle holding that failure to object or protest
We did a lesson on this.
a known action or transgression can be interpreted as consent or agreement or acceptance of that action.
Now, I want you to go back to that article and go to the part where it lists the nations that did not vote. You see what I'm saying? They did not vote.
It says voting in favor were 123 states, while Argentina, Israel, and the U.S. voted against. There were 52 abstentions, including the UK and members of the EU.
Oh, those happen to all be Edomite nations, right? All the nations that were directly involved in the profit of chattel slavery.
That chose to stay quiet at the court.
And they chose to stay quiet.
There it is.
By default, they agreed with the U.S., Argentina, and Israel. By default.
You said no contest when you
Yeah.
plead no contest
Like,
because you're guilty, but
you
you
know
don't.
what? I had something to do with that. You know, like,
It's because you did it, but you don't want to admit
but you
it.
did it, but you don't want to admit it. You see what I'm saying?
That's hilarious, man.
That's these people
Right.
whose oppressors slay them
Right.
and hold themselves not guilty. You see? Those are the people that have voted. And now the other nations, they have something to do with it. And it's clear that why the Lord is going to give other nations mercy and not the nation of Edom. Because at least they now admitted to the wrong that they did. At least they admitted to it. Now, does that mean that you're not going to get your punishment? No. You still going to get your whipping, but at least you're going to get mercy. Okay? At least you're going to get mercy. Go ahead.
All right, continuing on with the definition of silence, acquiescence, slash a little bit. It implies that if a party has the opportunity to speak but remains silent, here's the point, they accept the consequences.
You accept the consequences. Now, if you could drop that and go to Romans 12 and 19, because we don't want your reparations. I mean, why would I want to accept money that was built off the backs of the people that were killed, that were oppressed? The money that got blood on it. Why do I want that? This is what I want. Go ahead and bring that out.
This is the book of Romans chapter 12, verse 19, and it reads, Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath.
Yes. But avenge not ourselves. Okay.
For it is written, Vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord.
There it is. We want the Lord to repay you because he's going to give righteous judgment onto you. The judgment that you will never give to yourself. I mean, you will have to give back everything you had plus fivefold.
Right.
How can you give that? You can't give that.
Right.
You would never be able to give that. You're not going to put a yoke on your own neck and put yourself into slavery for 1,000 years.
Right.
And say, you know what, I got to pay them back. Let me put the yoke of iron on my neck. You know, here's all your land back. Here's everything we took back. And then why would we want it anyway? You done defiled everything. You done shit on everything, made everything dirty and filthy, and then you're going to give it back to us? Nah. You can bring that up off the shop.
It's the book of Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 3. It says, And I say unto it, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shai, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee. I will make thee most desolate.
Because that's the only repayment. That is the only repayment we can get
Prophecy,
that is
right.
actually justified. That's
Right.
that's justifiable. That is a balanced measure. That is a balanced weight. Because the Lord is he's gonna trash you thoroughly. Okay, continue on.
Verse 4 says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Yeah, you had a perpetual hatred. Now, if a brother could go to, I believe it's Exodus 17 and 8, and just read that a little bit.
It's 17 and 8.
Yeah, read 17 and 8, because this devil has been dealing treacherously with Israel ever since we left Egypt, man. Ever since we left Egypt. So is it any mind that he continued on with the transatlantic straightway when you find out that
the funding from the transatlantic slave trade came from the same people that abstained from voting. Okay, you can bring that out.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 8. Then came Amalek.
Then came who?
Amalek.
One more time.
Amalek.
All right, go ahead.
And fought with Israel in Rephidim.
This is straight out of Egypt. Like we never did nothing to Amalek. They just said that Egypt was traveling. That Israel was traveling. Coming out of Egypt, and then came who?
Amalek.
All right, go ahead.
And fought with Israel in Rephidim.
Continue on.
Verse 9. And Moses said unto Joshua, choose us our men and go fight with Amalek.
With Amalek. So it's been a constant war with Amalek. A constant war. Okay?
Continuing on. And I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of God in my hand. So Joshua did as Moses had said to him, and fought with Amalek. And Moses and Aaron heard when they went up to the hill, and her when went up to the top of the hill. All right?
Now you can skip down to verse 16.
Skip down to verse 16 to get to the point. It reads, for he said, because the Lord has sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek generation to generation.
Because you won't leave us that alone.
Right.
Like it ain't our fault. We wasn't the ones who set it up to where you gave up your birthright. We wasn't the ones that put the spirit on you. Like the brother said, and it's crazy through the spirit that he said that. Like Jake probably said that. He probably said it as a joke. Yeah. Jake, it's like, hey, give me your birthright. And
Yeah.
it's
That sounds like that's how it happened too. We Jake, we know.
Yeah, like joking with him, and then he's like, hey man, you want yourself in your birthright. He said,
Not thinking he's gonna go through it.
not thinking that he was gonna go through it. He was
Oh,
like, oh
shit.
shit. I can really have it. I was just going, you my brother, I was going to give you some of this, right? Like, if you would have just waited like 20 minutes for it to be done, I would have served you up, But that wasn't us. We didn't set it up like that. The scriptures say, the children not yet being born, neither done good nor evil for the purpose of Yahweh Shai. Roughly paraphrasing. So we didn't set that up. The Lord set that up. But see, you hate the Lord, and you can't touch the Lord, so guess who you touch instead? You touch his beloved. You see what I'm saying? You have a burning hatred for you and for us, and it's something that can never, ever go away. But like the scriptures say, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. You have something?
Oh, this is quick, but I'll get right back to you. This is 2 Thessalonians, chapter 1, verse 6, and it reads, seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. And as the brother's been going into about Amalek. See, we having problems with them even until this day, man. The Lord's going to pay them back, with what they've done to the nation of Israel. Like the scripture says, the judgment of the Lord is likened unto a ring. Goes around, comes around. Right? Go ahead.
Yeah. It goes around, comes around, man. It's like a ring. So you think you're not going to get the judgment that Yahweh Shai has set forth?
Right.
Of course you are. You're not going to judge yourself. Look what's happening right now, right? You got, like I said, the beloved DJ Trump, wrong as hell, every move he makes is totally wrong. Is he apologetic? No. Is he repentant? No. What is he doing? We won the war.
Stealing.
Going in. Oh, what about the bet that was placed on Monday? It was, I don't know if y'all heard about it.
It's like
but
the third
placed,
time he's done that.
Yeah, he placed like 1.something billion.
550 million.
Well, that was in the short. But he also did that same day.
What?
He did a $550 million
Yeah, that's the one I'm
short on the oil future. But the same day he bought 1.something billion of another stock. That stock shot up. He made money off of that one, and then he did a short for 5.something billion and made money off of the oil price drop. So they made a fortune off of that shit. That's an insider trading. You think they hold themselves accountable for it? When you got the other nations looking at it like, I think it was the Prime Minister of Britain, Great Britain.
They're talking shit.
He was
bro.
like, hold up, how the hell
Right.
these people make this type of money like
We're
that?
losing it because of the war. Yep.
This is insider trading.
Other
And the only-
Edomites are getting pissed off about that
and
shit.
other Edomites, because guess what? Y'all not sharing with them. Now, if y'all
Exactly.
was sharing with them, that'd be cool.
That's
with
it,
Oh,
dog.
yeah. We all in the money.
That's
But y'all
it.
ain't share, y'all hoarding.
Yeah.
Because that's an Edomite tradition to steal all the wealth and hoard all the resources to himself. That's what they do.
Right.
This is why they go over into other countries and they oppress Jake. Don't even want to pay you for your labor, you know. They don't want to pay you for your resources, you know.
Take everything.
They just take everything, and guess what? They even take, like the scripture say, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? Talk about your own kind, my mans. Your own people. You're gonna do evil to your own people. Who else are you gonna be good to? These are your people, you know? And now you're making your own people hate you. That's why it says the beast shall hate the whore. Okay? And y'all little small hatters over there. I was watching the video on the way here. You know, it's this small hatter whose child died, and they were burying him, and he just broke down like and then a stitch to a Moabite woman, and she eating a little cookie, a little patty.
And she mimicked his ass. It was weird. It's funny
It was funny as hell.
she was eating them. Yeah,
Like
dude.
mocking the hell out of them. Like we don't care.
Damn.
We don't care.
They're a proverb, a Bible.
You see? So you got the other nations mocking you going into Obadiah. You know, I made these small among the heathen. Thou art
Greatly despised.
You see? And that's what's happening. Because the other nations, they see you for who you are now. They see you for who you are. And this is why you're going to turn on us, because we've been calling you out from the very beginning. Well, you know, since 1969. We've been calling you out, right? And since we've been calling you out, your world has started to deteriorate.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you're gonna like me and the brother we just looking around right now. Me and the brother Radat. We just we just looking around right now, and we was looking at all the new cameras that they just put up.
Right.
You see that? They got one right in front of us, right there, right there, all the way down.
Yep.
Just looking at the new cameras.
Those weren't there.
Hey, we know y'all did this for us. We know y'all did this for us.
Those weren't there.
But if I could add to you,
Damn, I'm already
like
knew.
what you said, we expected you unto man and unto the angel. See, we expected you, but still don't do the work though, man. See, where else do we have to go? Like the brother that the priest talked about, but you think all in now. See?
And they don't come for us whether we in or out at this point. Right. So you might as well be fully in. Might as well be fully in, you know? We don't want this world anyway. We out here in the elements, and dust is all flying in our face because because this dude done stirred up the street. You know, the food is polluted, the air is polluted. We don't want none of this stuff. You know, you got you holding it. Go ahead and look it up.
This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 7. Like you were saying, like they go forward materials, take lands and all that. It says concerning Edom, thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more in Tema? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished?
Yeah, you got it.
All right, so this is a question being posed, man. Has their wisdom vanished? They're being put on the spot right now, man. They're being made small amongst the heathen right now. The spotlight is on them. They're being exposed, for who they are, man. Then they got an idiot, pretty much in the White House, man. He say anything.
Right.
So the other nation looking at him like, man, that's what they resorted to. So
And what does Scripture say? The king of Babylon shall wax feeble. And look at it. He's not just in mental, like he has a case of dementia.
Yeah.
And I know of people who have told me how dementia works. And they say he's definitely experiencing a high level of dementia. And he has some type of disease because he has these different spots on his body from time to time that he try to cover up with makeup. So this man is waxing feeble. And what they call him poopy pants Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got more. Go ahead.
it says, flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him.
the time that I will visit him.
Yeah, see? Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, the Lord getting ready to visit his man. And we see this through prophecy. You know, simple as that.
Well, the Lord is visiting. This is why everything is happening right now, because the Lord is visiting Esau. You know? That day.
Watching the news and seeing all the current events and then listening to the man at GMS is literally like watching a movie and listening to someone narrate all the scenes and break them down. See, because sometimes you can watch a movie and you can get the surface level of what's going on, but there's another meaning too. And sometimes you need someone to explain it to you, even though the screen's this big, and that's what's, bro, line by line, precept upon precept. Listening to the men at GMS is like watching a movie right now, bro. With everything happening on the planet Earth.
And look,
that's perfect.
Nobody can gainsay. Right? You can bring that up.
No.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 14. It reads, "For the hope of the ungodly is like the dust that is blown away in the wind, like a thin." Verse 14. Yep. "For the hope of the ungodly is like the dust that is blown away in the wind, like a thin front that is driven away like a storm, like as the smoke which is dispersed here and there with a tempest, and passeth away, as the remembrance of a guest that tarrieth in the day."
So even though it seems like it's a long time, this devil, since he's been, you know, since the Renaissance and all that stuff, even though it seems like a long time, it's really nothing. It's really just a moment in time, right? You know? And if you look at just like they just stirred up the dust, right? And we see the cloud of dust behind them. As soon as they pass, the dust is gone. The wind just blew it all away, right? You know? And that's how the wicked is going to be.
That's the spirit.
You know? So it's just like a suffering just for a moment. You can continue on.
Continue on, the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 15. "But the righteous live forevermore."
Forevermore.
That's right, brother. Yep.
Evermore. This is the reparations we want.
Right.
We want this reparation. We don't want your perishable reparation. We want the non-perishable reparation, the one that's going to last forever and ever and ever. Rulership. You can continue.
Yep. "Their reward also is with the Lord."
With the Lord.
Yes.
Our reward is with the Lord. Okay? This is why we are so diligent out here on the streets. Presenting ourselves as a living sacrifice in these conditions, man. Because what else can we do? Our righteousness is as filthy rags to the Lord. So the only thing we can do is just sacrifice ourselves for the service of the Lord and hope that we get chosen to obtain this. You continue on.
"And the care of them is with the Most High."
And he gonna care for us. The Lord will take care of us, the one that created the heavens and the earth. That's where our care lies with, not with you devils, man. You can go ahead.
Continuing on, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 16. "Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom."
Hold up.
Yeah.
Read that again, Mama.
Come. I'm getting excited reading this, though. "Therefore," Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 16. "Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom."
Now I'm gonna ask you a rhetorical question.
Right.
What would y'all rather see receive? This bullshit ass kingdom that's been trodden down,
Right.
or the glorious one that the Lord said he want to give to us?
Virgin. We want the virgin. Right. I want that whole.
Yeah, you
That
know,
whole passed around whole.
Right.
like the dilapidated. You know, you can't grow food.
Right.
All the land is polluted.
Right.
You can't drink clean water because this dude done sprayed the air. And I know we bring
And
it
you
up all
can't
the time.
and you can't collect rainwater.
You can't even collect rainwater. Hey, I know we sound like a broken record, but he's still doing the shit.
Right, exactly.
Like the things that we talking about, this devil is still doing it. He's still spraying in the air. He's still polluting the earth. You got glyphosate that he's spraying on every goddamn thing. Now he's putting RNA technology into the CRISPR technology, into the fruits and vegetables.
Shit.
He said, "Oh, y'all ain't gonna take the vax? Y'all ain't gonna take the jab? Okay, I'm gonna put it in your food. I'm gonna engineer it into your food." I mean, you were so desperate to try to get the birthright that was never yours in the first place that you're gonna do all of this wickedness to try to get it. But none of this stuff is gonna help you because the Lord already set a plan in motion. Hey, many tekel.
What he say? I set the bounds that you cannot pass. You ain't getting through this, E. You not getting past a certain point. You can use your project looking glass all you want. What do they say? All timelines converge into one point, and there was nothing you can do to get past it. Y'all can look it up. This devil actually did that. You know, they use their quantum technology. I don't know if y'all heard about the quantum computers that can transpose ones and zeros at the exact same time. They use that with AI to be able to create something called Project Looking Glass, but in CERN to try to look into the future to try to change the outcome of his destruction.
Stand now, bro.
You know, Esau is like Dr. Strange. He sat there and he looked at all the possibilities. And he told Tony Stark that there was only one possibility. You see, and that's what they've learned. You know, and when they looked at the future, they say no matter what we do, Yahweh Shai is coming back.
And ain't nothing you can
Ain't nothing they can do about it.
Time was created by the Lord. You got it, though.
Yep. Continuing on with Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, verse 15. But the righteous live forevermore, and their reward also is with the Lord, and he hath care for them.
Amen. So our reward is with the Lord. The righteous shall live forevermore. We don't want this place no more. We don't want death. We don't want suffering. I mean, honestly, we don't learn the damn lesson, man.
Right.
At the end of the day, we don't see the ways of sin and wickedness. We don't see what it brings. We don't see how deep it can go. You know? I mean, to the point where you roast him. I mean, and these are the things that we know he's done. There's a huge pit of wickedness that we don't even know this devil that did. You know? Hold on, you can finish bringing it up.
All right. We're on to verse 16 when we were. And it reads, verse 16, therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand.
Hold on.
You just can't read over that.
Whose hand?
From the Lord's hand.
From his hand. The Lord is going to give us the crown. Hey, remember where it says, where it says, there was one whose stature was greater than the other, and the Lord is putting the crowns on everybody's head. Like Yahweh Shai is the Alpha and the Omega. He is the author and the finisher of our faith, including yours, including yours. All right? And he said that he's going to do what? Read that one more time.
And a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand.
A beautiful crown from the Lord's hand, man. Oh my goodness, that's what I want. I want your goddamn filthy reparations, man. We don't want that. Money built on blood, and it's dirty. What does Scripture say? It said the land cannot be cleansed but by the one who shed it. You ain't shed your blood yet, so we still living in filth, man. Got it?
Continuing on. For with his right hand shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them.
The Lord is going to be our protector. That's why all these things in Jacob's trouble, the Scripture said, my servant shall eat. Now, some of us going to have to, be martyrs. But hey, that's the condition of the battle. Who goes into war not thinking that they might not come out of it? You know? We're not thinking about this. It's just, we just going out on the highways and byways. No, this is war. We are part of the Lord's army, man. That's why we out here. Okay? You think that Moses, hey, a lot of y'all jakes, y'all didn't count the cost before y'all came into this thing. But for the elect counted the cost, and they say, you know what? It's worth it. It's worth it. This is worth it. This is it's worth it to go through this to get what the Lord promised. And we see what he has done, and we know what he's going to do.
If I could ask you real quick about the shot. Me and the brother Kabar, we were talking about that same topic on the way down here to camp. And I'll make this one statement, I'll give it back to you. But one of the elders said this past week, this is a small price to pay for immortality. See?
No. Hey, that was a beautiful point right there. Because it said, the Scripture says that our current sufferings is not worthy to be compared for the glory that shall be revealed in us.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So this is just a small price to pay for what? The kingdom of heaven? To have rulership, to live forever and ever? To breathe clean air? Ain't none of us There's not a man standing here who knows what it's like to breathe fresh air.
Right.
Like seriously.
Yeah.
And to drink clean water, pure water. You can say that I drink bottled water. What is it? It's in a plastic container.
Right.
Was it delivered by Esau?
Right.
You know? Were you born in the city? You know? Everything is polluted. Everything in this earth is polluted. So we don't know what it's like to breathe clean air. We don't know what it's like to drink clean water. You know? We don't know what it's like to really be intimate with a woman. We don't know what it's like, because the scripture says, among the Gentiles thou shalt eat thy bread defiled. So we don't know what it's like to eat clean food. You know? Food is actually nourishing to you. We don't know what it's like. But this is the reward. You want to give us more, you know, and I know I keep beating the point home, but you want to give us FRNs so we can buy more of the bullshit that you created?
Right.
Like, seriously?
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, man, I don't want this stuff. Like, I mean what I say, man, hey, get me up out of here. One way or the other, get me up out of this place. Because this place is hell. You work yourself to death, there's never no end. How greedy can you be? To where you gotta work somebody to death for your own palate, for your own belly. You know? How you training the kids to work in the same environment. You can go back and finish that off.
Yeah. When you say polluted, you can't go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 9. It says, if grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? Flow right into what I was saying. If grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? Of course they would. Of course they would. But continue on. It says, if thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough. I'm satisfied. I had enough. I'm good. But continue on. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Yeah, you see, the Lord has made Esau bare because Esau ain't gonna leave nothing. Not only is Esau gonna take the grapes, he gonna burn the field, GMO the seeds, and come try to sell that shit back to you. That's what Esau gonna do. Okay? And what we're seeing right now is the other nations seeing this man for who he is. And you can't put the cat back in the bag. The Lord that made you there. This is why you're facilitating this war. The Steam files that's out, the Frankenstein files that's out, right? You ain't gonna be able to put them back in the bag. Okay? And it don't matter. People are still talking about them things, even though it's like, okay, you got the war in Iran, and you got the Steam files now.
Him stealing, just madman.
Just madman. And this is why the scripture say he's gonna be like a madman sparing none. Because you found out. You are found out. Your seed is spoiled and you is not. You're done. Your kingdom has been numbered and your kingdom is finished. That's it for you. You have one more? All right, you can bring up that point.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 10. You know, let's add to the brother's point. It reads, arise ye and depart. You know, you so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics. You know, not depart physically, but depart spiritually. We'll come back into this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the truth. Arise ye and depart. But this is not your rest. That this, that the scriptures referring to, is America, Babylon the Great, because it is polluted. And as the beloved brother just went into, he went into how this place is polluted, man. All right? Okay, but continued on. It shall destroy you even with a sword destruction.
And we are destroyed.
Hell yeah.
Jake is destroyed right now, man. This is not our rest. You can't rest here. How many of us go home at night and really can't sleep the full night? Like you always popping up in the midnight once or twice. You know? For no goddamn reason. You're just popping up because your mind is restless, because you ain't got no peace.
Right.
You know? And you want to sit there, and y'all Jake's out here talking about y'all want to keep this damn hellhole. You know, if the poor of the people can't rest, imagine the rich of the people.
Right.
You think they sleeping? All the wickedness that they got to do to maintain their money?
Yeah.
You know, they're not sleeping blissfully.
Right.
This is why you see a lot of these actors and a lot of these philanthropists that have all this money. You see them 10 years ago, they look all youthful and charged, and you see them now, they look like damn demons. You're like, what the hell done happened to you?
That shit caught up.
You think they sleeping? No, they not sleeping. So we not sleeping. Imagine them. And we the ones that the Lord look at as precious.
Right.
And we ain't getting no rest. We feel like, oh man, seriously. You go to the gym, you work out, you go, you juice, you know, you try to do little cleanses and stuff to clean your body out, go to sleep at night, still can't sleep.
It's a lot. Everybody used to show how the president first got in the term, and in the end, how much he gave. They can't sleep.
It's 4 years, just 4 years. 4 years you've been in office. And look how much it has aged you. Because this place is a horrible place. And if I say, going back to the original point, we don't want your reparations, man. I don't even want this shell no more. I don't even want this house that I live in no more. You know what I'm saying?
Reparations, he's still in rulership.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck is that?
Oh man,
He's still on the throne.
Hold up. I got a precept that my brother can grab this just real quick.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 16. And it reads, for they sleep not. And who is that they? The scripture referring to the wicked. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief. And their sleep is taken away, unless they cause someone to fall. You see, this is how the wicked operate, man. You know, like the brother talked about the celebrities of this world. You know, even the brother mentioned the presidents. You see, they meditate on that weird, just like we meditate on righteousness, they meditate on wickedness day and night. Man, go ahead, bro, you got it.
Go ahead, bring that up.
All right, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 21 and verse 16. It says, and he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
Oh, and guess who be found in your hand when Yahweh Shah come back?
Yeah.
We definitely gonna be found in your hand when Yahweh Shah come back, because just like Pharaoh, you ain't letting nobody go.
Right.
Jake too profitable for you to let go.
Right.
He is. Jake is the moneymaker. You know, everything that was created in society, Jake is the former of all things.
Right.
You know, everything. You know, I was listening to Elder Malcolm the other day, and I already know about a lot of things. You got Dr. Charles Drew, heart surgery. You got George Washington Carver. You know, the traffic light. You got so many different so-called black inventors, right? That get no credit for the things that they created, right? Because you stole everything.
Right.
You done stole it all. You don't make no account for our labors. You know? Do you? No. You steal every damn thing. And say it's yours. So Jake is the former of all things. Now, you can read that back one more time. So when the Lord come back and he catches you, who are you going to hold? You're going to hold the apple of his eye.
Right.
And the Lord going to be looking at you, which you already know, but he's going to be looking at you. You stole everything from this. You took everything from this, from the apple of my eye, my jewels. So then, you're going Isaiah 63, your ass. Who is this that coming with Bosra, with dyed garments, that treadeth upon the winepress? You know, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Yes, sir.
You know, he going to Isaiah 63, your ass. You know, you're gonna try to fight against him, and he gonna destroy you. Go ahead, read that one more time, Baba.
Exodus chapter 21 and verse 16. It says, and he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
Now, go to Revelation 13 and 10, Baba Bashar. You see? Because this is the consequence of the action that you just committed.
Go ahead. Book of Revelation chapter 13, starting at verse 9, it says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Read that back one more time.
It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
You have to go through the straits, man. You have to. You have to. In order, the Lord said He was going to repay, and the Lord has standards. He has rules and regulations on how you're supposed to repay for the crimes that you committed. So there's no wiggle room. There's no, you have to drink of the cup. You have to get filled double for what you did. You have to, okay? You got to be killed with the sword. Your blood has to be shed because you defiled the land, okay? The Lord, that's the only way the earth can be refreshed and brought back to its original vitality is by taking out the one who caused it to be this way in the first place, man. You have to go into captivity. There's going to be hundreds of millions and billions of dead bodies that need to be cleaned. We're going to need we're going to have continual employment. And we need slaves to employ to do that work. And Esau, you can be the main candidate. Now the other nations going to be candidates as well. But you can be the main one. And then in the end, we're going to Obadiah 1:18 you. Okay? You're going to be gathered up and burned in the fire. Because why? That's what you have been trying to do to us. You've been trying to do that to the children of Israel ever since the Exodus. Okay? Since the beginning. You've been trying to do that to the children of Israel. You've been trying to take us off the planet. And guess what? That's what Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to do to you. You got 1 more precepts to go down on that.
Come. To the brother's point, you know, some a listener might be thinking, well, the Lord would do that. Well, this is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my thoughts higher than your thoughts.
So the way that the Lord carries himself and the way that he do his thing is of way higher caliber, way beyond. It says as the heavens, roughly paraphrasing, just as the heavens are higher than you, so are my ways higher than the heavens. Roughly paraphrasing. And he's going to recompense you with a righteous recompense according to his way. Right. All right? So with that, I'm going to let another come in and, burn the spirit.
Yeah, we just keep rolling in the spirit, man, so Yahweh Shema Shai is all about prophecy, man, he's going to deliver his elect, we come out every week, to teach, our people, man, and we know that only the elect of Israel is going to get it, man, but we have to go out and teach the people, and do our job, just like the Lord told us to, he said, these prophecies, and he said, go out and prophesy. We can get 2nd Ezra's 15:1. Yep. Because that's what it's all about, man. We want to help the elect, become sealed, and it's all through Yahweh Shema Shai. He's just using us. You got it, bro? Yep.
This book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and verse 1. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
See that? So the Lord said, speak into the ears of my people the words of prophecy. Okay, so we're speaking into the elect ears. We know that only the elect is going to be able to get this truth, man. The 2/3 is not going to be able to get it. Of the 12 tribes of Israel, Judah down to Issachar. Only the elect is going to be able to get this. So we're to teach them, right? We're doing these videos, we do live stream, we go to camp for who? The elect of Israel. See that? Not for everybody. Got it?
This is the book of Romans, chapter 11, and verse 7. It says, what then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for?
It said Israel have not attained what it's seeking for. Go ahead.
But the election have obtained
But
it.
the election have obtained it. That means the elect is going to get it. Okay? The spirit of the elect of you 12 tribes of Israel is going to be the one to say, you know what? I'm willing. Okay, I want this. I feel like this is for me. I feel like I can do this. Only the elect, man. The 2/3 is not going to come willing. The 2/3 is not going to submit their spirit to Yahweh Shema Shai, and you gotta submit yourself before the Lord. If you think the Lord is gonna deliver you, you gotta show him. You know, because a lot of times people say, well, I ain't got to impress you. I ain't got to try to impress. No, you better impress the Lord. You better show the Lord, because this is the one that can deliver you. And you're going to have to show him, you know. When you go through any bad situation in your life, hard times, you're going to have to show the Lord. When you go through Jacob trouble, who you think you're going to have to show and prove yourself to? You got to prove it to the Lord. You see? Go ahead.
It says, and the rest were blinded.
And the rest were blinded. See that? So that's a clear cut that this thing is only for the elect of Israel, man. And that's who we come out to push this truth to. Okay? So if you somebody that can't get it, guess what? We at the point of saying, man, we at the answer. We ain't wasting our time, you know? We're not even wasting our breath. We're not even wasting air on you. If you can't get it, you just can't get it. We're going on to the next, you know? Because guess what? There's a willing spirit that say, you know what? I'm gonna keep hanging around. I'm gonna keep listening. You know, oh yeah. And their spirit, we can see it. We can see their spirit just all, you know, all with it. And then you'll have some that hang around, and then next thing you know, the spirit bring it out like, oh, he about bullshit. See that? He ain't for real. But the spirit had to bring these things out. We don't bring them out. It's all of y'all about your mouth shot. And that's why we go on and say you can't get nothing over on the spirit. You can't get over on your how about your mouth shot. He will reveal everything, man. Okay? You got it. Back in that, yeah.
Back in 2nd Esdras chapter 15, it says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord.
That's right. So the words of prophecy, speak these prophecies unto the people that I will put in thy mouth. This is not our prophecies. This is the prophecies of Yahweh Bashimah Shai. See that? The spirit, man. We cannot, you know, come up with certain different things. No. That's why we are on one accord. If you talk to this brother, you're going to get the same answer. You talk to this brother, you're going to get the same answer. You talk to this brother, you're going to get the same answer. You talk to brothers in different countries that's teaching up on the great millstone, man, doctrine, you're going to get the same answer over and over and over. It doesn't change.
Same hearts.
See that? and the Lord doesn't change. The Lord said, I change not. See that? So the Lord doesn't change, man. These things doesn't change. So he says, speak these words of prophecy. So what do we prophesy with? World War III, man. World War III is here. Okay, the end is here. The sea hill is here, man. Okay, you know, so we're trying to help the elect get it, man. And the Lord is using us to do it. He's the one that's doing it. So the Lord is really the one trying to help you. Go ahead. Oh, you got
What's dope is you guys going into the details.
Yeah, the
details of Iran.
Yep.
Because I've been here, but now I know,
Yep.
Iran being the Persians.
Yep.
And all the Arabians being Ishmael.
Yep.
And then y'all going into 2nd Esdras 15:28 down to like 32-ish area.
Yep.
Breaking all that down with Joel 2:20. No good. And and then it's like, dude, who else is? And then you're watching the news, bro.
Yeah, and it's like.
And then the breakdown of how the Arabians, they're gonna remember their nature.
Yeah.
Realizing, wait a minute, they're not acting like Ishmael because of Esau's wine and the money. But all that's about to lift up out, and they're gonna go back. To, just like we're going back to bro. So I've learned so much in the last 3 weeks, bro. Just listening.
You know.
And no one else, bro.
Right.
Nobody.
The Lord said
nobody.
He put his spirits up on the prophets, the servants.
Nobody.
The prophets. That's who the Lord put his spirit up on, man. And that's a clear indicator who the Lord is dealing with.
It's insane.
The apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down, man. You know, from the elders and all the way down to the last brother that just came in, bro. You know?
The details, man. It's insane.
That's why we don't have a problem with that penny pay, that reward. The apostles don't have no problem with the last brother that coming in receiving that same reward. He don't have a problem with it. You see what I'm saying? Because we all teaching the same thing.
Right.
We don't want to pour.
Right.
You got it. Yeah, you got it.
This is the book of Philippians chapter 2. I'm going to start at 1, but the point is at 2, like the elder was saying. It says, if there be any consolation in Mashiach, if any comfort of love, if any fellowship of the Spirit, if any bowels and mercies, verse 2, fulfill ye my joy, and ye be like-minded, having the same love.
The same love. Go ahead.
Of one accord.
Being on one accord.
Of one mind.
Of one mind. One spirit, man. Because if you have different spirits and different minds, we can't even teach the same. We can't even break this down. We can't even break down World War III the same way. We can't even break down the Sea Hill the same way. It's gonna be they gonna leave saying, hold on, well he said this.
You said this, you said that, right.
I'm in the same state I was in before I even came to listen to y'all.
Right, bro.
See what I'm saying? That's confusion.
That's Christianity.
That's
like
Christianity.
Right,
Right. And we're not about that, man. We're on the same accord. We're on the same. These prophecies gonna be broke down the same way. Right. Broke down the same way, man. You know, and that's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. That's awesome. And that's what, you know, a lot of these people, they don't understand. You know, like, oh, well, I go to this GMS camp, you know, because you have men do that. They be like, oh, I'm gonna go to GMS here in Chicago. Then they dismiss them. Then they try to show up here in Atlanta, thinking that, oh, well, we're gonna be in a different spirit and receive you. No, we're gonna dismiss your ass too. We're on the same. The spirit is dealing. The spirit is the spirit of righteousness, man. It ain't gonna sway. It ain't gonna change. You know. You gotta go.
Back in second Edges, start at the top. It says, "Behold, chapter 15. It says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I have put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true."
That's right, written in paper. So we're reading out of the Bible, right? Of course, we're on our phone, but it's still the same as in the Bible that we pick up and read, you know? So it's the same. These prophecies are written right here in the Bible, okay? When things start happening, what book sales go up? The Bible, man. Everybody running to get a Bible. But if you don't understand the prophecies and the breakdowns, then guess what? You're still lost.
Reading it wrong, right?
You read that thing. Well, you can read it front to back, back to front, however. Middle to the back. It don't matter.
Holding it upside down.
You see a woman's notations and annotations in their Bible be highlights, hella notes.
Right.
No understanding behind it.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying?
It's what the scripture say in the book of Timothy. Ever learning, but
Never
not come to
come-
knowledge.
That's right.
Right.
You can't come to the knowledge. You gotta listen to the prophets.
Right.
You gotta listen to the men, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and the men that come up under them, man, to get the true breakdown of these scriptures, man.
Right.
You know?
Right.
You got go ahead, bro.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables.
So Habakkuk said, the Lord came to Habakkuk and said, write the vision and make it plain. So what are these visions and what is being made? How is it made? Okay, so here's a vision. How can you make it plain to the people? Somebody got to break it down then. Remember, these people are like babes. They're like kids.
Yeah.
So you got to break it down to them in detail, like the brother said, in detail, so that they can understand what is going on, and then they get it.
And these people are kids, man. You gotta think.
Yes.
The mindset of these people, man, they only care about party and bullshit.
That's
the
it.
main topic at hand. That's some kid shit.
That's
Kids only care about fun.
Right.
That's these people of the world. They don't
Relationships.
care about the turn up, man.
When you got
talking about
they
relationships.
people leaving comments on, well, why is these wars happening? Why should we have to stop our vacation? This and that. See, they
Damn.
only want to do partying,
Yep.
you know, think about themselves. Man,
Right.
listen,
That's it. Oh.
these prophecies have to come to pass, man. These wars are going to happen, man.
Right.
You know, understand? Because this is a process that the Lord is putting forth that has to happen before he make the sea hip mandatory and before the Lord come back. Because once that happens, it's too late for anything else then. And you're gonna be trying to scramble, and it's too late.
Yeah.
It's nothing but destruction after that. So before that happens, you gotta get this shit now.
Okay, I got
You
reason
got
for
it, you got it.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 15.
Yep.
The fire is kindled.
The fire already kindled. Once that fire get kindled, how you gonna stop it then? Once the fire get kindled, how you gonna stop that shit? That mean it's already started. Go ahead.
And shall not be put out
Woo! And shall not be put out. Go ahead.
till it consume the foundation on the earth.
Until it consumed the foundations on the earth, man. So until the Lord go ahead and just do away with this shit, man. You can't stop that, because if you read up in it said, how can a hungry lion turn away? How can a read up like verse 4, because I'm trying to paraphrase it, but I got twisted like verse 4 on that. We use the second Ezra, right? 16. Yeah. How can a hungry lion? It's like 4 or 5.
Yeah, verse 6. But it says, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 5. Plagues are sent unto you, and it says, and shall what is he that may drive them away?
Keep going.
Verse 6. May any man drive away a hungry lion in the woods?
Right.
Or may anyone quench the fire and stumble when it had begun to burn?
See that? Can you stop it then? Because quenching something, it means stopping it then,
Right.
right? How can you stop this fire when it had begun to burn?
Right.
If the Lord already kindled this fire, guess what, man? That fire gonna burn, man. You can't stop that fire.
Right.
So it's just best that you have your ducks in a row.
Yep.
It's best that you be repentant and say, you know what, now I'm turning from this wickedness, and I'm turning to righteousness. Because you can't stop it.
And look, applying to this week's news, when Trump tried to get an agreement with Iran said, we're not about to end this way. Because look, the fire is kindled.
Yeah. This thing had already started. We ain't finna go back on it now.
Right.
See what I'm saying? We already putting stuff in motion. The straits about to be just closed, bro.
Right.
Ain't nothing you can do to change our mind. Let's go. We ready to take it down.
Right.
That's the mind frame. You see what I'm saying? See, and the Lord told us, He told us, it's a time and place for everything.
Yep.
Get Ecclesiastes. What you got Ecclesiastes?
No, I just have to.
Oh, okay, keep that one, and then get Ecclesiastes. What's that? Ecclesiastes 3 and 1. Right. Start at 1, and then we'll drop down to verse like 7, and then you go back get your precept. Because the Lord told he told us these things, which is prophecy still. Because see, the prophesy means what? To tell things that happened before. See that? So we prophesy. Go ahead.
All right, so look at Ecclesiastes chapter 3. What the time says, to everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under the heavens.
See that? So it's a season and it's a time of everything up under the heavens. See that? Verse 7 or 8. Yep.
It says, verse 8, a time to love,
Yep.
a time to hate,
Yep.
a time of war,
Yep.
and a time of peace.
See that? And what are we in then? A time of war, man. Come on. We ain't in no time of love. We ain't in no time of peace. We in a time of war.
Right.
We're gonna be in a time of peace and love in the kingdom.
That's right.
Once the transfer had happened from this kingdom to our kingdom. But right now we're in a time of war, man. Turn your news on. Go to articles. Look, you see what's going on, man. Okay? Like you said, Iran just said, no, Trump, we ain't with that. We ain't stopping nothing right now. We ready for that smoke. You see that? So that's a time of war, man. You know, you want to say something, bro?
No, I was saying, like you said, it's a time of war. You got Iran and the United States. You still got Russia.
Yeah.
Right.
Ukraine.
Yeah, right.
You got
China and Taiwan.
Right.
Yeah, you got
Thailand.
Yeah.
And they all watching this too.
At one time.
Yeah.
They're watching all this too,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh yeah, they watching.
They're taking
everything.
notes. They're
Yeah.
they're all getting ready, bro.
Because war is all about calculation.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to calculate your next move.
Yeah.
See, it ain't about your first move, it's calculating the next move.
Yeah.
And then they gonna counter to that, and then we gotta re-counter with this move. See that? But here in the spirit, what we're doing, we just re-countering into Yahweh Shema Shah. That's all we do. We just putting into Yahweh Shema Shah. We just trying to faith. We just working on our faith, keeping our faith up, man. Okay? Because we know that if we keep our faith up, guess what? The Lord will have mercy upon us. Because we still having faith in Yahweh Shema Shai. So we working on building up our that mercy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you build up energy on video games, especially fighting game like Street Fighter. You got that energy bar. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to maximize that energy, keep that
You trying to get that superpower
You see
mode?
what I'm saying? Yeah. Cause like if we get right past that they go to spiritual powers. Right past that right there.
And cause that's what scripture. That scripture will come with, man. He said you shall be increased at your last end.
That's right. Yeah. And we believe that we're gonna be increased. You see? And we understand, you know, what the process is, man, to get there.
Yeah.
See, because the Lord gave us the blueprints. These blueprints that we're reading right now, man, this is the key. This is key.
It's
right
about to
here.
be played out in real time.
Real time, man. You sitting right now on your couch looking at everything happening.
Right.
Okay.
Real time.
You see
without
this-
you realizing that it's happening.
without you even realizing. You don't even know that this shit happened, but you see it like, hold on. So then you gotta kind of put in your like, hold on. What they saying is, it gotta kind of be true.
But that's why Jake makes certain jokes like, man, this got to be the end of the world. But they don't know what they saying really.
They
but
really
they
don't.
saying it like,
Yeah.
they like, bro, this shit so bad.
Yeah.
It's like, this shit.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. The Spirit will show us these things. We know that it's gonna get bad, but guess what? The Lord told us it was gonna have to get bad before we can receive our kingdom, and then it'll get good. So the bad has to come. You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's Acts chapter 14, verse 22.
Mhm.
It reads, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of God.
Oh, it didn't say through much peace and love and joy, enter into the kingdom. No, it said through much tribulations, man. So we got to go through the different hardships and the different times, these different prophecies. We got to go through Jacob's trouble, man. This destruction, this chip being made mandatory, man. You know what I'm saying? And you have to make a decision, Lord. Is you gonna go along with that or not?
Right.
You're
Yes
gonna have
or
to
no?
be good. Yeah, yes or no. What you gonna do? It's put up. It's put up and shut up now.
True or false?
You know what I'm saying? What
That's
you
right.
all about?
Right.
Because the Lord. Oh, you want to say something?
I wanted to just bring out this precept, just to land back off what he just brought out. This is Matthew 13 and 44. And it says, again, the kingdom is heaven. It's like unto a treasure hid in the field. The which when a man hath found, he hid it, and for the joy thereof he go and selleth all that he hath and buyeth that field.
Yep. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead. Yep.
So, hey, we giving everything we got. Everything we got.
Yes.
Through all of the tiredness, the sleepiness, everything that we go through, the trials and the tribulations, we
Yeah,
give
the
everything we
vexation.
got
Yep.
to obtain the kingdom of heaven, man, because we know what we have here is nothing.
That's right. That's right. Putting we all in. Because the world always say, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
Nigga, we putting all our eggs in. This is one basket. We all in. You know what I'm saying? What's that with poker? All in. Sliding all them chips in, bro. We all in.
Yes, sir.
We saving for. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And I can just add, because this is a sure thing.
Yeah.
This is a sure thing. This ain't something that we're hypothetically talking about. This is going to happen.
We're not guessing. Yeah, we're not guessing.
Right. And then they puzzle people. They like, how can y'all be so sure of these things?
And that's where faith comes in.
That's where that faith come in. You gotta have that faith though.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And then by us having faith like that, but we seeing it though. We like,
Right.
y'all don't see this? Y'all don't see these things that's happening?
The signs of the times.
Signs of the times are here, man. It's happening. So all that do is give up more. Let's give up more fuel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, let's go.
Right.
Well, no, we at the end now. We here. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So we forever excited because that's how when the Lord said, I'm gonna make a man more precious than fine gold. Like, how are we gonna become precious then? What are we going to have to make us precious? You know what I'm saying? So the Lord is like, hold on. I'm finna show my men the encourage. See, that's what we always said. when this devil turn up, guess what the Lord gonna counter and do?
Yeah.
He gonna turn us up. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. He gonna turn us up. I'm gonna turn this devil up, and then I'm gonna turn my men gonna get turned up too.
Yeah.
My elect gonna get turned up too, man.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's a balance to this thing, man.
Yeah, I got that.
Come on.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 71. They should be like madmen sparing none.
Right, they're gonna be like madmen sparing none. Man, all hell gonna break loose. Man, Jacob, keep going. Jacob trouble gonna break loose, man.
Yeah.
On a high. What's the when movies?
Climax.
The climax. The climax is going. That's the
point.
highest it can get right there. You know. After that climax, ain't nothing you can do but come down there.
Yeah.
Cause you got after that falling action.
Yeah.
You
The
know what I'm saying?
falling, the rising action, the falling action.
Yeah. You know.
And then the conclusion.
And then the conclusion. So America gonna rise, and then guess where they gonna fall, and then the conclusion is,
boom.
Man, there's our turn to rule.
That's right.
In righteousness.
Yep.
Go ahead.
They should be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
That's right.
But they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen,
Right.
and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire.
Because those men ain't gonna turn.
Right.
They ain't gonna turn when these things start happening. They ain't gonna turn. They locked in like, nah. I'm with the Lord.
That's it.
I am not turning. I'm in this fight now. Let's go.
That's it.
However long it takes, I'm here to stay.
And look, what trial example do we have in real time? 2020.
Yes.
That
Yes.
was while the world
Yes.
was acting a fucking fool.
Yes.
Brothers was a little tempted. That was like a little pop quiz, you know.
Yeah.
But you see, that was one little example of testing how the world was acting incomplete. But we was the opposite.
Right.
We was calm. We was excited.
Right.
You know, even though things were put to the test of jobs,
Yeah.
you know, relationships, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But the Lord got us through that. Because we kept the faith.
Kept
the faith, and we say, you know what?
Yeah.
Nah, the Lord gonna make a way.
Right. You
Right.
gotta fire me.
You know, you're right. You gotta fire my ass because I ain't with that. You know what I'm saying? So, but guess what? Brothers need to get fired.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm
Look,
saying?
that's why it made them a mockery. Those that consent to them,
Yep.
to the government. It's like, man, y'all niggas got played.
Yeah. Then you had individuals on platforms, celebrity platforms, saying, well, it kind of feel like force. You know, it kind of feel like we're being forced to do it. You know, this and that. But guess what? The men of the Lord, we didn't feel forced. We felt like, listen, this is the time that we're gonna stick with our power, and whatever y'all decided, if y'all gonna fire me in, because I'm sticking with y'all by Shema Shai. We was in the mode of Stephen at that time. When they came before Stephen and said, look, you don't stop doing, you know, this teaching this, you know, we're gonna have to put you to death, bro. And guess what we did? We stick with it. We'll do what you gotta do.
Hey, if I can say too, but really it was life or death.
Yeah, it was.
It was, because look how many people died from taking it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So imagine if we would have took it, we would have gave in what the Lord would have did to us.
Oh, well, it was a wrap.
It was a wrap.
Yeah, he could have gave us an underlying disease, all types of
Yeah,
Like they got people getting myocarditis and having heart attacks from that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
All type of crazy.
blood clots. The blood clots going crazy.
Athletes just dropping left and right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dropping
yeah.
like that, like
They
you know,
in top shape.
them the top. Yeah, right. These like the gladiators of the world. But you gotta think they took 2 or 3 doses.
Yeah.
See,
Be like,
fucking with the
like,
bloodstream.
Right, man, nah.
Bodies can't react to that shit.
No, You know, and then the amount of testing.
Ronnie James almost gave up the spirit.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, bro, we sticking out with our true power. You know what I'm saying? We sticking with Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. That's it, and that's what the Lord is looking for. That is faith. That's something we couldn't see how we was gonna make it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because, bro, man, certain brothers, you know, job situations got twisted all upside down. Brothers just didn't know. You know, I didn't know. You know, it's just, but we believed in the Lord, and the Lord brought us through that, bro. You know what I'm saying? We had family members that just gave into it. They gave right into it, you know? Like parents gave into it. You know what I'm saying? Grandparents, you know?
Yeah.
It's just,
Super no resistance.
A lot of families even went to that extent saying, "Don't come to my house if you ain't got it."
Right, through.
bro. You know. So I was gonna tell a quick story. So
Story time.
we in the house, right? So my son, he got some of his friends over, you know, girls and guys over, you know, they, you know, doing their thing, you know, in the pool and shit. Our cousin come over, you know, that's my age, and you know, she like, I'm gonna have to leave because I don't want my mom to get sick and this and that, and you know what I'm saying, and I don't know if these people have been, you know, what, you know the word, poked, I don't know, they've been poked. I'm like, these people have lost it, bro.
You are fucking simple. And she thought she sounded smart.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's how they got. That's how people about to be in the last days, man.
Oh,
with that,
my
especially with that chill.
Yes.
So like, don't forget about the mask.
Oh yeah, the mask.
Oh, yeah.
Mask on. In the car, in their own car.
Hey, this let you know how simple, bro. That microchip, that making it mandatory, bro. That shit gonna be easy work for Esau.
Yeah, cause even when they mandated, before they actually mandated, when they were just out there free to take, people was like, oh, I'm not gonna get it.
Yeah.
But when that pressure started hitting, that's when people started to get it. So yeah,
And
let's go.
even Esau didn't even have to press that hard.
Right.
He really just kept announcing on the news.
Yeah.
It's like, the mouth, right? Because they knew they represent the mouth of the serpent, man.
You get a hamburger and
He
fries.
just pushed it out, you know.
Right. He just pushed it out.
We're like, come on, man, you know.
Oh,
Go back to that was it on there?
I can
No,
go one more
go
word.
ahead. Nah, go ahead.
Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 74. Hear, O ye my beloved,
What's
said.
more than that? Yeah.
Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand.
The days of trouble. What days are you talking about? Jacob's trouble, man. When that climax that we mentioned, man. These days are at hand, man. So when the maximize of Jacob's trouble happen, what state of mind and spirit you gonna be in? What are you gonna do during that time? You know, that's why the Lord gave us that practice run in 2020. He gave us that practice run. You know. Because the Lord ain't gonna just do something and not prepare us.
And we was off the street.
And we was off the streets. You know what I'm saying? We was in the backyards teaching.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We was in our homes
Right.
teaching.
Y'all
Like
dressed up in the
y'all
crib.
link up on y'all side. Y'all link
Right.
up on y'all side.
Right.
Y'all link up over there.
Right.
Still pushing out the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Just showing faith and dedication, man. You know? You got it.
But I will deliver you from the same.
But I will deliver you from the same. See that? So Jacob trouble, the Lord told us he was going to deliver us, man.
Exactly.
So we just got to believe in the blueprint then. Just
Yep.
believe in the spirit, man, that
Exactly.
the Lord is going to deliver us out of these hard ass times that's coming. We never have told you here at Great Millstone that you ain't going to have to go through these hard ass times, man.
Right.
No, you got to go through that shit. But guess what? You got to have faith, though.
Right.
You got to believe that the Lord is going to deliver you, though. That's what we push, you know, through the spirit.
That's the people's main rebuttal. When we speaking these bad times, they're like, "What the hell you gonna do?" Hey, that's why our faith kicks in.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be right here with you.
Yeah,
right.
Unfortunately.
We're going through that shit too,
Until we
But
die.
we got,
Until we die.
and that's when the Lord gonna make us more precious than fine gold, though.
Yeah.
Why? Cause we believing in the Lord, though. And they like, hold on.
Right.
Man, why that shit like hit him, but it didn't hit him. He right there.
Right. That's it.
Like, nah, man, there's a spirit, man. You know
Spirit.
what it said? Damn,
What?
rough man. What the scripture say? One gone, two in the field.
Yeah, well, that's not the one of
One
the
should
city.
be
That's not that one. But one shall be taken, Matthew.
Yeah. One shall be
Yeah,
taken.
Matthew 24.
Yeah,
I got
you
you.
know what I'm
You want
saying?
that? You want that?
Yeah. So one be taken and then the other people
One to left, yeah, because one taken, that's those that's saved.
Yeah.
And left, you gonna be left for destruction.
Like you left for that shit that hit you hard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The war hair's gonna hit you. Jacob trouble gonna hit you. You know what I'm saying? We talk about it all the time, bro. You gotta be able to come up under the spirit of Yahweh Shabbat try to receive that protection. You got it.
Yep. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 40. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left.
Yep.
Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken and the other left.
Yep.
Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doeth come.
That's right. See that, and the ones that got the faith, see that? Those are the ones the Lord gonna protect. He only gonna receive the ones that are able to understand,
Right.
have faith.
Right.
He gonna give them mercy because
Being
they
humble.
show being humble. Those are the only ones that gonna be delivered. delivered, man.
That's it, bro.
You know, the other ones are not, man. And the ones that ain't gonna be delivered, if you're of the 12 tribes, you just gonna have to go ahead and receive your punishment, and then you come back through the kingdom, man, through the elect, man. You know, it's nothing we can do.
Yeah, that's it. That's the Lord's will.
Yeah, that's the Lord's will. We can't go against the Lord's will, man.
Hey,
You know,
we
It
hope we on the good part of the
right.
Lord's will.
We trying. Oh, that with the oil. You had the 5 that had the oil. Then you had 5. Bro, let me get some of your oil.
Right.
No, you better go to the one that gave out this oil and try to get your oil, because I need their oil to make it on this chariot myself.
Yeah.
You see? So ain't no giving you the oil. We're gonna split this salvation. Ain't no, you can't split the salvation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm give you half, and then we both can steal.
That don't make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like running a race. Like, bro, I can't give you my energy.
Right.
I can't give you my speed.
Half of my speed, and then we both come up at a tie, cross the finish line together. Nigga, no, it's one win. It's a winner and it's a loser.
I got a quick for you.
You got it, bro.
This is Psalms 91:7. It says, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee.
That's right. So, hey, they gonna fall left and right. But the ones it said not come nigh thee, that means those are the ones that got the spirit of righteousness, the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai protecting them, man. The angels are protecting them. You see that? So the ones that when the destruction come and Yahweh Shai, the Lord send Yahweh Shai, He gonna deliver the elect up in the chariots, right? Those are the ones that's being protected. The ones that's not, those are the ones that's gonna be destroyed.
That's right, yeah.
See, the fire not gonna, this destruction not gonna touch the elect. It's not even gonna. That's why Stephen said, "Do what you gotta do, man." And the scriptures explained it that he didn't even feel it. You know, the Lord got me protected. I'm good. You see, and we're trying to become that, man, in the spirit, man. That's the elect. We're trying to be of the elect. So, Lord willing, we are of those men, man. You know, that was it on that, bro.
Yeah, that was it.
Done. You got it.
This, you know, like going into like you said, prophecy, having that faith. Truly believing what Yahweh Shema Shai say, and knowing what's to come, man. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 11. It says, "So shall my word that goeth forth out of my mouth, it shall not return unto me void."
It ain't gonna return void. If the Lord word went out and said, "Listen, I am going to protect mine elect," guess what? He gonna protect his elect. If the Lord said, "I'm gonna destroy the 2/3 of Israel," I'm gonna destroy the 2/3. If He said, "I'm gonna destroy you heathen nations," if he said Esau will destroy you, and you gonna catch hell, you know what I'm saying, to 1,000 years, and then whatever He wants to decide to do with, that's what the Lord is gonna do. Guess what we gonna be doing? Right there, cheering the Lord on, sending up praises. That's how. Go ahead.
It says, "But it shall accomplish that which I please."
It's going to accomplish that the Lord pleases. This is what the Lord pleases, man. The Lord, it pleased the Lord for the 2/3 to receive this seal. And then in Revelation 14, he explained to you that there's no salvation for you. But why would that please the Lord? Because He gave you ample amount of time, man, to get your spirit together. He sent men out before you to prophesy that, listen, you need to get your spirit, repent, and turn from your wickedness so that you can receive this. He sent men out to do that.
On the streets and on YouTube every day.
Every day. Like, come on. The Lord said, I've done everything I could. So you know what? Now it pleases me now.
And word of mouth conversation.
Yes.
Damn.
You know, like, come on, man. I've literally in 2020, the Lord shut the world down.
Right.
And said, look.
Right.
This is what's going on. But I still have these men out pushing this word out so that you could get it But if you reject it, the Lord said, I'm gonna reject thee. So that's what he gonna do.
That's what he gonna do.
Y'all watch myself on the thighs.
That's what he gonna do.
That's what he gonna do. Ain't you think we're gonna go against that? Come on.
Right, no.
We steady praising the Lord. Whatever your will is, let thy will be done.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. You know. Go ahead.
It says, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I seek it.
That's right. It's going to prosper. When something prospers, think about a plant. When you plant a seed, right? It germinates in what, the first 7-8 days or 10 days. It germinates, so it started to grow roots off that seed. Then after that, you move it to the soil. Then it started to do what? It started to bud. You know, it budded, and now that seed it's starting to grow. And then however long it is to harvest, 30, 45 days, then you get the fruit of it. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. Read it one more time.
It says, book of Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 11. It says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth.
So the word gonna go forth out of his mouth, right? The seed's been planted. Go ahead.
It shall not return unto me void.
It ain't gonna return unto him void, meaning that seed is not gonna grow. That seed is going to grow. That seed is going to grow. Go ahead. Because I refer to to a seed that's been planted. Go ahead.
But it shall accomplish that which I please.
So whatever the Lord pleases is gonna accomplish. If you plant this seed and the Lord wanted to grow so you can get some fruit, that's what's gonna happen. If he wants you to make it through the destructions, you're going to make it through this destruction. If you're going to make it through Jacob's trouble, you're going to make it through these hard times that are coming. But if he don't have that intent for you, he ain't going to make it. If he have it for you to make it through this situation, that situation, but then right here, I'm going to let you get so close. And then I'm going to, how they say, pull the rug from the bottom.
How you thought?
Yeah, right. And that's what the Lord going to do.
Yeah, that term is in I think it's, I noticed in the coin community, like big, like certain coins. Yeah. Dogecoin, Bitcoin, and that.
Yeah.
You know about the rug pulls?
Yeah, the rug
lose everything. You was on game.
Yeah.
But you lost everything.
Lost everything. And what
That's
they
gonna happen.
And what
What he say? You shall own nothing to be happy.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what the devil said. You ain't gonna own nothing, and you gonna be happy.
Nothing.
Yeah, rug pull. Yep, that's a good.
Except for the elect. The elect not gonna be happy until we own everything.
Right. Real talk, man.
Whatever your plans or however you try, guess what? It ain't gonna happen, on the elect side. Yahweh Shema Shah preserving his elect, man. They're not gonna be happy until what? In Numbers, I think it said till blood. Let's say blood. That bitch, he ain't gonna be happy until the blood.
It's shed from he who shedded the blood.
From he who shedded the blood. That's it. The water, bro. The water.
That's how the land gonna get.
That's how the land gonna. That's it. So the Lord ain't gonna be happy until. So what do you think his men got gonna be happy until? That's it, man. You gotta let what we looking like over there?
518.
Oh, okay, we're good then. We're good. Yeah. We know another 5. Yeah, another 5. Let's go. Let's go. You had something, bro?
Yeah, I wanted to bring out something in Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter.
Well, we started out in 2nd Ezra 15. We can hit a few more out of that. Whoever got it.
I just wanted to bring this out real quick. It says.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, and we'll go to verse 3. It says, fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
That's right. Oh, the Lord told us that in Matthew 5. Matthew 5 and 10 or 12, it said the ones that are being persecuted.
They're blessed.
Right, they blessed. The ones that are being persecuted for righteousness' sake. The kingdom of heaven is yours. Roughly paraphrasing. So we ain't worried about what these people gonna come against us doing, man. We ain't worried about that. We understand if that happened, then guess what? We sitting in the right side. We sitting in the right seat. That's what's supposed to happen. The Lord ain't all about the majority. He ain't about the 2/3 of a pie. He's all about the 1/3 of that pie. That's a smaller number. See that? He ain't with the big number. Okay? And and we cool with that, you know? You got it? Oh, you got your precept now? Okay, fine. Go ahead.
It's Wisdom of Solomon 5, and we start at verse 17. It says, the point is in the 21st verse. I'm reading real quick. It says, he shall take to him his jealousy. Verse 16 it says, therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. For with his right hand shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them. Verse 17, he shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor, and make the creature his weapon for revenge of his enemies.
That's right, revenge on his enemy, man. That's what the Lord is going to do, you know. So, hey, the Lord told us in what you was reading from?
Wisdom of Solomon.
Wisdom of Solomon. He also told in Ezekiel, he said, by the hands of my people Israel, we was going to do this. I think 3 and 8. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So the Lord is going to use his army, so to say. But we're part of the Lord's army. He's going to use his army to do what? Bring forth hell upon the enemies, man. You know? That's what the Lord is awesome. He's going to also use Esau to bring hell upon himself. Okay? When we Joel the 2nd chapter, or Joel 3, you know what I'm saying? 3 and 10, or 2 and all that. Man, the Lord is going to use these different heathen nations to bring the destruction. Oh, well, he said the least of the flock shall draw them out. What's going on right now? That they drawing them out. You see what I'm saying? So the Lord will use this devil. The Lord used his whole army, man. Everybody is up under Yahweh Shema Shah. Okay? And whatever the Lord see fit, it's good, man. It's cool, you know. So these things are happening, man, you know, and we just, you know, happy to be involved in, you know, the spirit, you know, and see what's going on and see the things that are happening, man. Because it truly is a blessing. It truly is a great thing to be a part of, man. You know, like Pastor said, we could be up out of here next year, man. You know, so you know, we just, you know, holding on. Yeah, that's realistic. Oh yeah. You know, so we're just holding on to the spirit, man, you know, and doing what we need to do, you know, and just say, hey, however it play out, the Lord gonna play it out. You know, he said, because the Lord told us in Matthew the 24th chapter that all these things will happen. You know what I'm saying? The end ain't until the end. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't, like, the end is, no, the end is when it's the end. Stuff gotta happen.
It ain't over to the fat lady sing.
Ain't over to the fat lady sing. So whatever the Lord prophecies he have laid out that we teaching, you know, to the, you know, best of our ability, man, we let that play out, man. You know what I'm saying? And when the end happens, that's it. You know?
That's right.
But keep your faith until the end. You know, if you're an Israelite of the 12 tribes of Israel, you know, listen, have faith in the Lord. Try to receive the mercy from the Lord. Repent and turn from your wickedness, you know, and pray that the Lord have mercy upon you and your family, you know. But you know, so with that, you know, we'll go ahead and end it. You know, and give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Fakadash.
Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone. Peace, safety to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Sir.